Everybody in the town was terrified by words of his gun. But his arrogance was torn apart by that one man on that particular day. Welcome back to Paramount Recapped. I don't have many subscribers, but your single comment is a ray of hope to motivate me.
Man, don't be afraid. I got to take two of your boys back into town with me.
The story kicks off by introducing two guys who've been riding together for years. Virgil Cole, a tough-as-nails lawman for hire, and his buddy Everett Hitch, a smart guy who dropped out of military life looking for purpose in the wild frontier. Their friendship began over a decade ago when Everett backed Virgil during a shootout, and they've stuck together since, moving from town to town, keeping the peace. They're not the kind of men who shoot first, but when they do, it's because the job calls for it. Towns bring them in when things get messy, and that's exactly what's going down in Appaloosa. A wealthy rancher named Bragg is running things his own way outside the law. His crew's been intimidating folks and acting like they own the place. When the town sheriff and his deputies try to arrest a couple of Bragg's men for murder, Bragg takes it to another level. He guns them all down in cold blood, right in front of a young worker. With no sheriff left, the town council begs Virgil and Everett to step in. Virgil makes it clear they'll do it, but on his terms. No debates, no interference. Desperate, the town agrees. Not long after, trouble brews in a saloon where two of Bragg's guys are causing a scene, literally peeing on the floor. Virgil and Everett warn them, but they don't back down. Guns are drawn, and Virgil wastes no time taking out two of them, while Everett handles a third who tries to ambush them. The very next day, Bragg shows up trying to make peace. Virgil isn't having any of it, especially since the former marshal, who Bragg killed, was a friend. That ends any talk of compromise. Virgil makes a new rule: no weapons allowed in town. Around the same time, a woman named Allison French strolls into Appaloosa, broke but hopeful. Everett spots her first and follows her to a diner where Virgil's already having breakfast. Both men take notice, but Everett steps aside, letting Virgil make a move. Virgil introduces himself and offers her a gig playing piano at the hotel. She accepts, making it clear she's not looking for anything shady. Everett gives his friend a little nudge, suggesting Virgil pursue her if he's interested. Later, they see riders on a ridge watching the town. The two ride up to check it out, and Virgil makes it clear, with a whack from his gun, that Bragg's crew doesn't call the shots around here. Back in town, a drunk guy curses in front of Allie, and Virgil loses it. He beats the guy up until Everett pulls him away. It's obvious Virgil sees things in black and white. He's either calm or full-blown furious, no in-between. Everett smooths things over with the man later, even buys him a drink. When someone asks why Virgil didn't apologize, Everett explains that saying sorry isn't in Virgil's nature. Take him or leave him. Time goes by. One morning, Allie walks downstairs with Virgil, hinting they spent the night together. They're planning to build a house and settle down. Everett is a little caught off guard but congratulates them anyway. Their breakfast gets cut short when a man named Joe Whitfield shows up claiming he saw the murders and wants to testify. They make sure he's ready before going after Bragg. They find Bragg out back in an outhouse, drag him into town at gunpoint, and toss him in a cell with Joe. Bragg starts whispering threats, shaking Joe's nerves. Meanwhile, Allie's house is coming along slowly. Virgil sends Everett over to help her out with some stuff. While he's there, Allie kisses him out of the blue. Everett stops her, making it clear that both of them are involved with Virgil. Allie takes it hard and tells him to leave. He doesn't tell Virgil, but later confides in a local sex worker he's been seeing. She warns him that Allie might twist the story if it ever comes out. Later, two other lawmen arrive, saying they're here with the judge and offering to help Bragg. Virgil accepts. Then come the Shelton brothers, two well-known guns for hire. Virgil knows them but doesn't trust them. They're the type who will work for either side if the money's good. After a short chat, they back off and head to the hotel. Meanwhile, Virgil and Allie are seen out for a carriage ride in the countryside. The trial begins. Bragg's boys all lie for him, but Joe's testimony is rock solid. Even Bragg's dramatic speech can't save him. The judge tells Joe to skip town to avoid trouble. Bragg is sentenced to be hanged in another city. On the train ride out, everything seems quiet until a water stop. Out of nowhere, the Shelton brothers pop up from under the train tracks, and they're holding Allie hostage on horseback. They demand Bragg's release or else. Virgil doesn't agree right away, but eventually gives in and lets Bragg go. The only catch? Allie has to be freed first. He's not happy about it at all, but he doesn't see another option. While Everett hops on the train back to town to grab their horses, Virgil starts tracking the group on foot. After a long day of walking, Virgil catches up with Everett and the horses. Together, they continue trailing Bragg, the Shelton brothers, and Allie. They're not far off when a group of native warriors approaches. Right around then, both men spot something that rattles them. Allie, completely naked, in a river with Bragg. But they don't have time to deal with the shock, because the real danger is heading their way. The natives attack fast, and Virgil and Everett fight back. It's a messy skirmish, and one of the horses goes down. After that chaos, Virgil talks to the Shelton brothers and proposes a temporary ceasefire. They can all settle their issues once they're out of immediate danger. That night, while things are calm, Allie comes over, scared and emotional. She admits she messed up and seems to want forgiveness. Virgil later asks Everett if he thinks she was unfaithful. Everett answers bluntly, saying Allie just needs a man around. Allie then claims Everett made a move on her, but when Virgil confronts him, Everett tells it differently. Virgil sides with Everett, making it clear who he believes. Later, Everett offers Bragg's prize horse to the native group as a peace offering, which works, and they're left alone. Eventually, the group reaches a small town. Virgil, Everett, and the Shelton brothers get ready for a final showdown. Before that happens, Everett reflects on Allie's behavior. He doesn't see her as someone loose, just someone who clings to whoever seems to be in charge. The problem is power shifts. Virgil, despite knowing how she is, says he still loves her and wants her in his life. Allie shows up clearly shaken. When the men mention that fear comes with the territory, she says what scares her most is being left with nothing. Virgil tells her he's not going anywhere. He'll always be there for her. As they head toward the stables for the showdown, they discover something bad. The town marshal watching Bragg turns out to be related to the Shelton brothers. So instead of 2 enemies, they're up against 4. In a shootout that follows, Virgil guns down one brother and the crooked marshal. Everett handles the other brother, but Bragg slips away in the chaos, riding off on a horse. Both Virgil and Everett are wounded, but they survive. Allie runs to Virgil, terrified he won't make it. Time passes. They eventually finish building their house, but Virgil's left knee is messed up for good. He has to wear a brace now. Despite the pain and trouble, they manage to laugh together again, even joking about Allie's past. Then comes a shocker. The officials tell them Bragg's been pardoned by the president, something Bragg had mentioned before, but nobody believed it. A while later, he strolls back into Appaloosa like a changed man, wearing fancy clothes and acting like a gentleman. He buys the hotel and fixes it up, but no one's really sure where he got the money. He tries to play nice with Virgil, but Virgil isn't interested in any of it. Still, it's clear Bragg's pulling strings behind the scenes. Even the local leaders seem to be under his thumb. Virgil's days as marshal are numbered. Everett and Virgil have a heart-to-heart. Everett admits there's not much left for him in town. Virgil wants to stay because of Allie, but he understands if Everett wants to move on. Not long after, Everett sees Allie sneaking upstairs at the hotel to Bragg's room. She's not happy about it, but she goes anyway. She knows Bragg's in charge now. The next morning, Everett gives a necklace to his lady friend, a Latina woman he's close to, and tells her about the only time he killed someone outside the law. He says he's not proud of it and that he's leaving town for good. He loads up his horses and walks into the hotel bar. Inside, he calmly places his badge and gun on the counter, a message meant for Bragg. Then, without much fuss, he clocks Bragg with a punch and challenges him to a shootout. He even slaps him to make sure Bragg doesn't back down. Everett steps outside and waits. Meanwhile, his companion rushes to tell Virgil what's happening. Virgil races over to stop him, asking what's going on, but Everett tells him to stay out of it, just this once. The moment of truth comes fast. A quick draw, and Bragg is dead. Everett walks away untouched and rides out of Appaloosa for good. The story ends with Everett narrating, saying he left to give Virgil and Allie space. Maybe they'd figure things out. As for him, he's off to find his own path again, alone. If you like this video, hit that like button, and if not, maybe press dislike twice just to be sure. But really, you should watch the whole movie. Thanks a lot for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.